If it feels like you're being steeped, that means you're being developed in the heat. Now I'm gonna make it make sense, but hi, this is Marissa with Marissa Moments. Now, y'all, I actually had to write this down because God put this on my heart this morning. So 1 Corinthians 3:13. Each one's work will become manifest, for the day will disclose it, because it will be revealed by fire, and the fire will test what sort of work each one has done. Right now, let's make that make sense. Because what I received this morning, I said, I made tea this morning and I did it as I always do. Right. But there was something different this time. This time, God spoke to me in the process. Now, I started off with cold water, baptism, then put in the tea bag. And then I placed the cup in the microwave, but I had a quick pause in between the placing it in the microwave and having the things in it. And I noted in my heart that this would take forever without heat. Did you pick that up? It would take forever to develop without heat, right? And so, of course, I commenced to put it in the microwave and do all the minutes and all those types of things. So that way I can get the water to boil. And that way the tea bag would actually develop and everything that was inside of it would be able to come out. Now, what am I talking about? Sometimes we love to complain about the fires that we're being tossed into, right? The fires and tough situations and circumstances that God is allowing. But what we fail to realize is that oftentimes it's in that heat, it's in that fire, it's in that storm that we're actually being developed, right? God often uses those moments of struggle and great duress, right? If we're being quite honest, in order to, one, test our fortitude, right? And to test our faith, because it's easy to be faithful in the happy season, so, right? It's easy to be faithful in the abundance, but are we faithful in the struggles as well? Are we faithful in the fire? Because if we're still putting our gifts out there, if we're still trying to manifest and do whatever it is that we feel drawn to, it is being tested in this fire, in this forge of a billion, degrees, right? What has been put on my heart to share with you is that whatever comes out of the fire is what is meant to be. Whatever is put through that fire and comes out is what is meant to be. Right? So sometimes we get caught up in relationships. Sometimes we get caught up in businesses. Sometimes we get caught up in jobs, or whatever it is, outfits, hairstyles, whatever it is, right? But then we go through that fire and then things start to shift, right? They start to get a little bit unbalanced. And what God has put on my heart to share with you is that whatever it retains its position with through that fire is what is meant to remain. That's how you know it's actually coming from God. Is that relationship, does it withstand the fire? Does it withstand the test of time? Of course, we got to put in a little bit of work and effort and things like that. That's not to negate the work that we have to do, but it's to say that, does it withstand the fire? Does it withstand the storms, right? Because just like that tea bag, we may not want to be in there. Maybe if we give that tea bag a personality, right? It's a little tea bag. Hi, I am a tea bag. And then you put it in the fire and it starts to scream, right? Now, I don't want to throw you off from drinking your tea because it's yummy. But what I am doing is creating that illustration to remind you that we don't like to go in that heat. God allows those moments to forge us, to form us, to develop us, to allow the things that we still keep tightly within, right? Because if you have that tea bag, it's going to have everything that it needs on the inside already. But it's not until you put it in that heat that it can actually bring it out. So if you're in the season of struggle, if you're going through the storms, if you feel like you're being thrown and tossed into the proverbial fire, know, trust, and believe that it is God allowing the things that He has instilled within you that you've hidden away for so long, because you formed that shield of protection, because you've created that personality that was based around the people who traumatized you, because you have decided that you cannot show your true organic self, because how would it be accepted? If that is your situation, it needs to come out. It needs to get past that outer layer. Everything that He's instilled within you will eventually come out through that fire. But also what I receive is that if you try to avoid that heat, If you try to circumvent that heat, if you try to go around it, right, then you're never going to have that opportunity to actually see what's truly inside of you as He put in there. But that's it. I'm not going to keep going on and on. Hopefully you picked up what I'm putting down. Thank you so much for watching. Apples and tomatoes, all the things. Keep going, and bye.